super curve hunting fans, type 2 diabetes, rescued by keto fans, and carnivore fans. Bill here, Friday, May the 31st, 2024. This is the day after we found out that Orange Man bad, and makes some people wonder what is going on. But there are indeed, I do believe there are indeed, at least, it's probably, more along the line. It was like 81 million people that are just that stupid to believe that some old fart going from the White House is somehow in control of his own capacity, and that there isn't some league of people behind him controlling him. I don't really get it. But by now it could be 120, whatever number that they need to make you believe that this guy is in control of his facilities. The guy can't even tell where his next ice cream is coming from. But that's all he cares about. So, Orange Man bad. I never thought I'd see the day. I remember when the Hunger Games came out, the movies. My youngest daughter was kind of a fan of that. And I just never could envision that the United States could be really heading to actually a dystopian economy the way it is, where everything goes to the capitalist, controlled by the capital. At least President Snow could speak English and put two sentences together, for crying out loud. So the soap today is Colonel Conk, Amber. I don't know what there's not much scent left in this. I believe that the Colonel Conk soap it may have some sort of a vegetable fat in there. I'm not really sure, but I remember hearing the term glycerin-based. I'd often thought if I was ever going to go super cheap soap, that this would be the one that I'd use. I don't know if that's the case anymore. That was before I took up shameless straight razors. And I think this is a little short in the slickness department. But I'm going to use that up because I want to use that bowl for something else. So I don't know how long it's going to take to use that up. But doing a shave today to kind of honor the French razor maker, Thiers Issard. I'm a big fan of their products. I have, I guess I probably have an equal balance of, I'm like my friend Long Haul Tanker. He's gone off into other stuff now, but he started off as somebody who was looking at modern manufacturer straight razors, and that's largely what I've done. Okay, and stuck with it. Okay, and the two main people have always been kind of Dovo and Thiers Issard. I got about an equal balance between Dovo and Thiers Issard. I do have one Boker, and then I've got some other stuff, some custom mades and some other stuff. But this is one that I really, really love. This is a razor. This is a 7/8 Ti. Okay, this has a ram's horn scale. It's not quite as I usually would have liked, maybe a little bit more of the deep colors in there, but I do like the range of colors in there. I'm not a big fan of too much decoration, and this is plain. And surprisingly enough, these you can get these. I got this from the Superior Shave, and these without all the gingerbread, even with the horn scales. Okay, you can get these for a reasonable price. And do check out the Superior Shave channel, YouTube channel. Jared went and visited TI. He did an excellent video shoot there, and a very, very good commentary on what we saw going through there. And I just thought how the people treated him. They were so very nice and open. I was very surprised that there's only 2 grinders left Thiers Issard. This razor has about 40 shaves on it. I actually stopped counting, but I started counting because there was a big hoopla going on over at the shave den over Convex Hones at the time. And one of the greatest Jared haters of all time heard something, or, about somebody heard Jared say one time that his normal practice is he'll do about 10 shaves. He has a pretty coarse beard, robust, and there's nothing wrong with touching up a razor to get that freshly honed feel if that's what you like. I don't care if you do it every time or not. Looks like I drew blood on my chin there already. What the hell is the matter with me? So, this expert that said that, well, 10 shaves, well, that ought to tell you right there. So I decided, well, I'm going to just I'm not a big fan of longevity tests. So I shave with this largely direct every time for 35 shaves or whatever. And then I just get bored with these edge longevity tests. So I stopped counting. I know it's over 40 by now. I did do the packing peanut test on this. It's like, and one thing about the TI razors, if your experience mirrors mine, you will find that these hold a remarkable edge for a very nicely extended period of time. Again, this is like, if I had thought about honing this, because I know this is not quite as high performance as it was when this came off of the stones, whenever it was. It might have been a year or so ago. Matter of fact, I think this was the razor I used when I used to wear what I called a circle beard, because I read somewhere that a goatee is this, and if you connect it with the mustache, it's a circle beard. Anyhow, I had that facial hair, and I had never in my life shaved my mustache, and I think I did that on a video with this first time. I've gotten a little bit better at this. Although, what happened there? I do enjoy my TI razors. I think finding that there's two grinders there, I don't know how many Dovo has, but it's been my opinion that some of what we know as traditional shaving, it's my opinion that some of that is kind of in a declining a mode of decline. I had a blemish there. It might be what's bleeding. I'm not sure. And it's also been my opinion that the next generation survives. There's good custom razor makers out there. Don't get me wrong. There's a number of them that do that are not necessarily production type razors. They do one-offs and custom made to orders. I have a couple of them, 2 of them from gents that are meticulous, and one is a practitioner for his own razors of honing methods similar to what I do. The other is not, but he does understand it and is not spoken out as it being evil, which is what you can kind of hear from some places. Because the fact of the matter is, I really don't care how you sharpen your razors. I don't care. I talk about what I do because, and I do it on videos because the typical outlets, most of the typical outlets where you would talk about that kind of stuff have people that like to control things and make sure that they manage how you use your stuff. The largest of which, and I think they're all for-profit businesses, listed as for-profit businesses. The largest of which, okay, not only is it a for-profit business, and if you haven't figured out, I'm talking about the B&B, the Bludgeon and Beatdown. Which is a for-profit business. So as part of making profit from this, having this group of people come in and talk about how they shave with their stuff, certain people, one of the things that they can do is bombard you with advertising, which they do, unless in a for-profit business that is asking for contributions. Okay, Joel Badger, asking for-profit business, and you're asking people who are your product, who you're selling access to their computers, their hardware, what they click on, what they watch. Your software is dropping cookies all over their hardware devices. Okay, and you're bombarding with advertising, and you got the balls, okay, to say, well, if you make a contribution to me, we can block the ads, but you got to be a contribution. You make a contribution, give me a break. Other places don't do that. Other places do not do that. All of them do some of that a little bit, okay, but there's some that are almost defunct, okay, that are still operating. Assuming that they're not operating at a cost to the owner of they're operating at least net neutral. So for whatever these reasons, if you enjoy that, go there. I have friends that do socialize there. But one thing that you will not find is discussions about how I happen to sharpen my razors. So if you want to tune in, find out what I do, I'll be glad to tell you what I do. Otherwise, find your own way. The Bludgeon and Beatdown almost seemingly came hostile to the use of lapping film for sharpening razors, which has been done economically by many people for a long time. I never tried it, but it was on my list to try as I was starting out and trying to figure out how I was going to sharpen my razors. Tool like that, I could, like many tools that I have, I think I could probably get away with a 2-pass shave. I like to go 3 a little bit because it's fun. So the other thing that I wanted to say was the bludgeon and beatdown. That shithouse shave forum owned by Joe L. Badger. Extremely good content about how modern day razor makers like Thiers Issard operate. They're not going to get that kind of content, okay? They're just not going to get that because they have home master superiors. Okay, one of them came after me the other day who want to control how everybody handles their stuff. And that's fine. That's fine. If you're one of the managers or the moderator, he does at the bludgeon and beatdown like the admiral who loves his supper and his bunch of friends. They're the people that they want to know. They want you to know that they are the ones who know everything, and you need to do as they say, or goodbye. But they'll never get the same content. They can, I'm sure many of them actually will be watching Jared's videos and see that. And I'm waiting for, because one of the things that surprised me was that in the discussion of using a curved surface to hone from, okay, even on the spinning platen process, that is used by, I don't know, production razor makers to set a bevel on there. Okay, they no longer, Thiers Issard no longer has those abrasives with a crown on there. They're like totally flat. And I really couldn't care less, because I don't care whether, if they put an edge on it, they actually have several sets, as it was reported by Jared, they have several sets at different abrasive levels of twin spinning platens, and they go down through that process. That is their honing process. I don't even think they do. And then they go to a paddle strop. Okay, I don't even think that they go to a manual stone any longer. Which to me is totally okay, because if that's what their test is, to see, well, have I kind of got this to where it can be made to shave. Well, by its owner, then they've done their job in razor making. Now, one thing that I found on this, and one thing that you will find, let's see if I can show it on the camera here, is that there's a lot of talk about geometry and looking at the bevel and that kind of stuff. Now let's see if, because I don't think this is even or straight across. If your judge of the razor is how even the bevel is going across there, you can see that, okay, there's a little bit more deeply into there. It's pretty even going across to the point, but there's a little bit. Okay, so I had to come in a little bit there. Let's see what the other side looks like. If I can get that into the camera. A little bit the same, where I had to grind in a little bit more in here, and it looks like that bevel gets a little bit thinner right in the middle. Okay, so and that may be something in that there's some subtle moves in the steel, and you could see how they take the razor and they go into a double wheel grinder, and it's a skilled process, and they only have 2 guys left that do that. I don't know how many. I left the Dovo, and I'm glad to see that the grinders at Thiers Issard were younger guys. Okay, there's no more of the older guys there anymore. They seem to take a lot of pride in what they do. I'm proud to have their shaved pieces, even if some Hone Master Superior would look at this and say, "Oh, look at that! What a ham-fisted idiot!" Dovo can and does grind extremely thin. Okay, I'm not so sure if this steel being different, being unique, can grind quite as thin and quite as flexible as the softer steels that is used in Germany. But they have some grinders. I think they got skilled people. I have their stainless steel Fockerbite. That one came with one of the top, what I call shave ready edges. Doesn't matter, I rehoned it anyhow because it was not quite what I thought I wanted. And that's the love of straight razor shaving, is you find out what you want and you do what you want. In terms of the people in the business of making razors, I have been of the opinion that at some point in time, the current level of hobbyists just does not make a lot of that sustainable. If you ask me, who do I think is going to survive? I don't know about Dovo. They went through a bankruptcy. They're struggling. You have to trust that the owner of that company now is working at his best to keep that company surviving. But since Thiers Issard is making other cutlery in addition to razors, and if I got one of the statements correct from Jared at his tour there, it seemed as if straight razor making at Thiers Issard is only a small portion of their business, while it's a prideful portion that they have and it has a deep history. If you look at what they're making in their knives, their Sabatier, and there are a number of companies I think that do make the Sabatier product. But that's a large part of their business. I think they'll survive, if nothing else, doing that. I also think Boker, however it's pronounced, I think they'll survive because they've moved into a lot into folding knives and carry knives and other things. I think they'll survive. There was an old video floating around about one of their older grinders. It was kind of an expose. So going to use lemon chill, witch hazel from Sterling with aloe. And it sounded like this guy did all of the highest end of grinding, this one guy. They didn't focus on, and you could find that stuff if you dig around on their website and their blog. I'm going to do the witch hazel trick. Anyhow, this guy, he's not a native of Germany. I believe the gentleman is from, that gentleman, I believe, is from Turkey. And when he retires, he's going to want to go home. But he does take pride in what he does. And I think all types of grinding, the most difficult stuff he gets. Now, I don't know how much of their stuff in terms of folding pocket knives and that sort of thing has become automated. I don't really know. It was a very short video. And again, you can find that if you go to their website and find their blog. And they'll actually, even in their blog, they'll actually talk about a hollow bevel in razors. Okay, so for the glorious snake of the day, what do they call it? Campagna. Okay, aftershave splash from Sterling. I don't know if this is still on the market. It was out for a while. It has a kind of a sweet, kind of a floral smell. I kind of like it. Probably should have bought more of it, but I got more stuff than I know what to do with. So that's the shave. I don't seem to be bleeding. So, Leon, I didn't cut myself. Thanks for tuning in. There's another guy that I saw on YouTube that was very, very interesting, and I'm going to try and remember his name. I think it was Bama Boy Shaves. Okay, I think he's saying that because he's from Alabama. He's a little bit younger guy, and I always encourage young people coming up who decide that they would want to undertake some of the traditional shaving methods to try that. And this guy, he started off, he decided he went out and he bought a shavette and he tried that once, and then he jumped right in. He is like what Long Haul Tanker did. He just jumped right into the straight razor. Guy went out and bought a Bismarck, a Dovo Bismarck. I don't know where he got it. I don't know who honed it or whatever. But you could see how he made videos with the shavette and with his earliest use. He's only been doing it as of this particular video for a month or so. Okay, his abilities have advanced quite rapidly from being into it for a month. Look him up if you have the time. I believe it's Bama Boy Shaving. It's an enjoyable thing to watch when you see somebody who's who picks up a tool, and he did do the Chevette, and watching how they're trying to hold it and everything, and then see that in a couple of weeks later how their skills progress. And this is a skill. If you have tuned into me and you are new to straight razor shaving, okay, I encourage you to do that. You could look at loads of other guys that are on here that we all do our shaving on there, and you could try and learn and follow and emulate their techniques and find something that works for you. It is an enjoyable hobby to have. Many of us think that the most pleasurable shave comes from a straight razor. So this is Bill out. Remember, Orange Man bad. This is Bill out. Bye.